Welcome to a brief overview of academic activity and student success. Week 1, reporting academic activity and no academic activity. Our objectives are to review the current and future state of attendance, review implementation and why we are making the shift from an attendance to a non-attendance taking institution, define what academic activity is and give examples, and we will discuss faculty responsibilities. In looking at our current state, we are an attendance-taking institution and have rolled out the non-attendance policy for Baker College Graduate Studies summer of 2018 with a system-wide implementation for fall 2018 to move to a non-attendance taking institution. You may be asking yourself, why are we changing to a non-attendance taking institution and why are we choosing to focus on academic activity instead? Our goals are multiple. We want to join the hundreds of other institutions that are non-attendance taking. Our focus is on becoming an institution that has more accurate financial aid distribution and ensuring that students are being withdrawn with more accuracy. This helps prevent students from having unnecessary financial aid debt. And focusing on academic activity allows us to have a greater emphasis on student success and engagement in the classroom. Let's take a look at how first week reporting of student academic activity impacts financial aid. We'll see that this is the major reason why we are making the shift to a non-attendance taking institution. Looking at the information on this slide, you will see for an undergraduate student who is taking 6 credits, they would be awarded $6,250 in financial aid. If we complete our first week of reporting accurately, if the student has no academic activity and we report that, the student would be dropped from the class before their financial aid is dispersed. This would result in no charges to the student. If we do not complete our first week reporting accurately and we don't indicate which students have no academic activity, then those students would have their financial aid dispersed even though they were not in class and did not display any academic activity. The student is likely to be withdrawn at a later date in the term, and then they are going to owe a balance to Baker of $6,250. So even though the student was not active in the course and was not successfully working toward completion of the course, they are still going to owe the money. What is academic activity? Many of you are familiar with the term attendance, and it is important to note that academic activity is a bit different. Academic activity can take many forms. Some examples include students physically attending the class. They could engage in discussions online. They could submit an assignment or complete an assessment. They could participate in an interactive tutorial or computer-assisted instruction. They could also initiate contact with faculty regarding the course content. So perhaps the student was not able to physically attend a live section, or perhaps they were unable to do the online discussion that week. But they have reached out to the instructor to talk about the course to indicate their intent to be active in the course. Any of these items would count towards academic activity. A couple of items to keep in mind. Academic activity can occur anytime during the week, Monday through Sunday. Any academic activity counts. Students do not need to have a certain amount or multiple modes of activity. While we are moving away from reporting ongoing attendance, tracking student academic activity is still critical, not only due to financial aid implications, but also to support student success. When and how will faculty report academic activity? Well, we want our faculty to monitor academic activity throughout the term to support student success. We are looking at specific reporting at certain intervals. All faculty are required to report academic activity at the end of week 1 under course information on MyBaker, the same place you will enter grades. Please make note of the pathway listed on this page. Faculty are encouraged to report non-activity through the remainder of the term using the early alert system. Please make note of the pathway listed for the early alert system here, and for all students who earn an F at the end of the course. Faculty need to report the last date of academic activity for either of these situations. This will be covered in our next presentation. This presentation is focused on you having the information you need to define week 1 academic activity. Right now, we are going to focus on the first week of classes when all faculty will report academic activity and non-activity for students. You will enter this information by the end of the day on Monday of week 2. To end this presentation, just a reminder that you are the front line for us in supporting student success. Doing this reporting during week 1 is one way you are going to support student success. A couple of tips. The quicker we engage students in the course, the more likely they will have a successful outcome. If you have students who've not yet been to class or engaged in any way as we are ending the first week, please feel free to reach out to them. Talk to students about academic activity, why it is important, and emphasize the student's responsibility for ensuring they remain active. Throughout the term, continue to engage with your students. When you observe atypical performance, reach out to the student. And remember, once a student becomes non-responsive, it is difficult to re-engage them. If you have any questions regarding academic activity, please contact your Director of Academic Affairs. Any questions regarding Early Alert, contact the Director of Student Affairs.